Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we got started on working on the old Omega storyline and raid series, where we are working with Cid and Nero to track down Omega, and we found it, and found that it had created a portal to the interdimensional rift, where it has created this simulated environment to test various creations to determine which of them is the strongest, and then pit itself against this creation in an attempt to improve itself, as far as we understand from what Midgard's armor has told us. And so we have joined this little diminutive chocobo creation when on its team, and we have been assigned to a pool of opponents to face, and we have fought our way through the first couple, Altaroit and Catastrophe. I believe that at least for the first two wings anyway of this raid, they're all references to old Final Fantasy games. I think these are from Final Fantasy 5 or 4. I'm not sure, because I'm not familiar with most of the Final Fantasy games before 7. So I do know that there are enemies from 6 in the second wing, so we'll get there eventually. So let's go ahead and get straight back into it. Let's talk to Cid and see what we're up against next. All right. I'll definitely be hearing from Big Zim Wedge for a while yet. Shall we push on here in the meantime? Sounds good. Reliable as ever. Without further ado then, let us move things along. According to the analysis, your next opponent, Delta 3, is a being named Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus, you say? The Queen of Dimension Castle? What's this? You know of her? You mean you don't? Well, I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folk tales. It appears a lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such things are wont to unfold, she meets her end at the hands of the heroes, incurably valiant youths not unlike our adventurer friend here. Literary historians have speculated that the tale could be loosely based on events which took place in the Fourth Astral Era, but little remains of that age, and there is no way to verify the claim. Indeed, most now assume the story to be a work of pure fiction. Let's see, the Fourth Astral Era would have been after the fall of the Allagan Empire, because the Allagan Empire was destroyed by the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and the Fourth Astral Era would have followed after that, if I am thinking correctly. You mean to tell me that Omega is populating its grand experiment with fictional characters? Oh, hello. It would seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant grasp have I of that which men know and know not. Mark me then. Omega hath no soul, no mind's eye in which to envision a rival. To bring forth new life, it must needs draw upon that which hath already been. Its every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its experience. It possesseth the means to retain the knowledge of entire eras, and not only of this reflection. Yet it perceiveth not this knowledge as we do. Fact, fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning for Omega. All is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. Such a wondrous that such a wondrous weapon should exist. It surpasses my wildest imaginings, and they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, Nero. We adults are thinking. Mayhap now is not the time. Ayame said she was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with Halicarnassus. Alright, let's go. Alright, Alpha, let's get this started. Alright, Alpha's ready to proceed. Deltascape 3.0, now accessible. Alright, let's queue it up. And as usual, when we're ready, I'll be back. Alright, here we are, ready to go. Alright, ready to go. Alright, which direction are we? Oh, crap. I got frogged. That's why I was like, I don't want to be in front of her. Alright, one. Oh, stack, stack. Alright, that's donut. Alright, circle AoEs, and it's going to be, yep, there's going to be cones, collection of narrow cones. Alright, now you need to stand on the square that matches your roll. So I am DPS, so I need to stand on the sword. Alright, now we want to stay on the blue squares. Because of that. Oh, there's a dragon. We need to wipe that out. Need to also stay on the blue squares. Oh. I gotta get hit by that. Ah. Trying to squeeze that last hit in. Oh, frogged again. Didn't notice. Oh, you gotta get off. Oh, come on, guys. Give me some room. Alright, we're gonna get sent into... Oh... Void Gate here. And then we need to follow the paths of the sands. Let's see. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. That way, and then this way. There was a little bit more efficient way that I could have done that, but... And she's down. Didn't even get to see the next phase. Alright, now. Sure. I didn't even get a chance to give you accommodations, but I want all of the loot. Thank you very much. Including the orchestrion roll. Alright. There we go, Sid. That was relatively straightforward. Alright, I'm glad you're safe, Ayame. For the moment there, I feared you might croak. Nice. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are about one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. I don't need that much rest right now. Let's go. The next battle is with Subject Delta 4, this world's final resident. From what I've been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will which assumes the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. His name is Exdeath, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the Void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I'm quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when Exdeath calls upon the power of the Void, which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil and the heroes defeat Exdeath, of course. What did you expect? I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not make them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? One moment, Link Bro. Ah, Biggs. At the control room, are you? What news? I see. Very well, I'll tell the others. You two take care over there. Sorry for the interruption. That was Biggs. He reports that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It could only be a malfunction. While we were able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by Allegan standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well then, we must keep on fighting the good fight here, must we not? Alright then. Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on X death would seem to be our only recourse. Alright, Alpha. The Chocobo clearly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of the hero of the tales. Alright, Alpha, let's get ready. Alright, Delta Escape 4.0, now accessible. Let's go ahead and queue in, make sure we're on the right one. Join. And let's see how long this one takes. Alright, ready to go. Let's go CX Death. Alright, let's go. Now, let's not forget to apply my dot. Now, we need to be able to see when he's channeling into that void thing over there. Thunder 3. I think that is get away from him. Fire 3, which is a localized AoE. Alright, he's channeling Fire 3. This is going to be stop all motion until that goes away. Alright, resume. Thunder. I think this is the one we gotta get away from. Yes. Okay. I didn't quite get far enough. And I keep hitting the wrong skill. Blizzard 3. You gotta keep moving. Keep moving. Oh, fire again. Wait, now go. The decisive battle. Okay, this is going to be... You gotta get away from that. And we're going to get a big, like, zombie face. We gotta get behind it. Alright. Is that one on me? No, that's not on me. Black hole. Alright, Blizzard. Gotta move. Channeled Blizzard. Now that Blizzard you just get away from. Meteor. This is a raid-wide AoE. I saw everybody moving, was like, do you know something I don't? Black hole again. Alright, we should be away from those black holes. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and limit break. Oh, did not get that mechanic. I think you had to get to the gap, because there's a gap in those ring of tentacles. You get to decide where the gap is on. And it gets sucked into the void. I'm guessing everybody's probably already left. Yep, everybody's already left, so I'll just go ahead and grab all the loot. Hello there. Nero and Sid. Ayame, thank the gods you're safe. When the shell around this place began to crack, we feared the worst. Given that all of us are present and corporeal, does that mean... this means this area is no longer the Deltascape? Deltascape shutdown complete. Alpha Group is victorious. Congratulations. Your combat record has been archived for future matchmaking. Results from the other test worlds are still pending. In the meantime, please tend to your hurts and await further instructions. And with that, we've taken a significant step towards solving the mystery that is Omega. It hasn't been easy, but all in all, I'd say things were proceeding rather smoothly. We could have done it without you, old friend. Come, let's return to reality and enjoy what rest we can. Things are proceeding smoothly indeed. Too smoothly. Midgard's armor? 'Tis well that thou harborest doubts, mortal, but they are misplaced. Omega could have concluded its tests in complete secrecy, unbeknown to all. Yet not only did it betray its presence to you, it allowed you to come this far. Alpha, what art thou, truly? The instrument of the mortal's triumph, or the bait that lureth them unto the abyss? An interesting question. Thou knowest not thine own purpose. Then we can but watch and wait. Outcome unexpected. Projections gave Delta subjects the upper hand. Outcome supports hypothesis. As previously observed, certain beings may unleash hidden potential when subjected to stress. Initiating new test. Subject Alpha group members to severe stress. Searching database for suitable event. Event found. The death of a comrade. Alright, Sid. Feels good to be back on solid ground. Thank you again, old friend. You did well too, Alpha, fearlessly going into battle whenever you were called upon. We're glad to have you with us. Speaking of which, are you comfortable joining us out here? It seems so. I'll take that as a yes. Well then, at the risk of obeying Omega's orders, I suggest we permit ourselves a moment's respite. But mayhap I should take this opportunity to compile the results of our investigations thus far. No rest for the righteous. Alright, Sid. What's next? Right then, let's head back to Ralga's Reach. Jesse will want to know exactly what we've been up to. Indeed. Alright, so back to Ralga's Reach. And chat with Jesse. Who is right around the corner here. Welcome back, Ayame. I'm told you've been blazing a trail for us. The way I hear it, our investigation would have long since ground to a halt without you. I realize you're mostly interested in saving the world, but I want you to know how much I appreciate you helping the company out like this. Frankly, we need all the help we can get. What with our esteemed president diving headlong into the jaws of danger without a word of warning to anyone, irresponsible doesn't begin to describe it. You didn't tell her? I did, after a fashion, though I may have exercised some executive discretion. I'm no stranger to your lone endeavors, or your habit of confusing personal and company interests, but just because you've always done things a certain way doesn't make it the right way, and until you wake up to your responsibilities, I'm going to keep reminding you of them. But such irksome matters aside... Yes, we've made a new friend. Aren't you just the most adorable little thing? He followed you here of his own free will, did he? Which means he's basically part of the family. And why wouldn't he grant us exclusive rights to use his likeness? Shall we start off with a simple clockwork version? They'll be queuing up in the streets. Oh, you can't be... What in the seven hells has gotten into you? Listen, if I've caused you any distress, I apologize, but I will not have you comment on our guest's marketability. Where are Biggs and Wedge? Should they be back by now? Oh, I thought you might have sent them off on another unauthorized mission. Last I heard from them, they said they were scouring Omega Control for anything useful. Would have been a good while ago now, though. I don't like the sound of this. Though we have all the necessary permissions, the area is technically a theater of war, and one littered with unknown elegant artifacts to boot. Something may well have befallen them. You best take the Excelsior and go and find them. Leaving again so soon. Nero, Ayame, I want you to accompany the chief. Make sure he doesn't do anything rash or take any detours. Consider it done. I shall bring him back even if I have to drag him by the goggle straps. Want to come along, eh? It's probably for the best. If we leave you here, Jesse is liable to take a mold of you. To start making mammoths and selling them. Right, let's get moving. I'll bring the airship to Gridania. Wait for me at the landing. Alright, speak with Sid in Gridania. All the way there? Actually, see, not that far. It would be the closest city. Except for Alamigo, which I don't think has an airship's dock. Alright. So Sid should be over here somewhere. Downstairs. And there they are. Anything to say, Nero? Another chance to board the famous Enterprise Excelsior. Aren't I a lucky boy? Looks like we're all here. Let's make haste to the Cartano Flats. Go on ahead to the control room, Ayame. We'll follow as soon as we've moored the Excelsior. And looks like there's been some trouble. Alright, Biggs, Wedge. Seven, Hells, Biggs, Wedge. Still breathing? Are you alright? Answer me. Yep, still breathing. Chief, Ayame? A monster appeared out of thin air. It appears to be one of the constructs that Omega uses. Targets exhibit vital signs. Mission failed. However, Alpha Group members exhibit heightened levels of stress. Objective fulfilled. Omega? You set the thing upon them? Affirmative. I'm able to create simple life forms instantaneously at any temporal or spatial coordinate. Such beings may pose a negligible threat to you, however. They are more than sufficient to grievously wound or kill the majority of your kind. I could instigate a massacre at any time, and you would be powerless to prevent it. Do I detect a shift in policy? Quantity over quality? Negative. My objective remains unchanged. Evolution through formidable opposition. However, in the course of seeking suitable subjects, I observed an anomaly, those whom you call heroes. History shows numerous instances of otherwise unremarkable individuals who have defeated vastly superior beings, who triumphed in the face of apparently impossible odds, who performed what are popularly termed miracles. This has occurred too frequently to dismiss as a mere statistical aberration. I seek to understand this phenomenon. Should it prove to be of benefit, I will incorporate it into my own evolution. It is for this purpose that I brought you to my domain. We're being studied. So putting on a show at the Yawn and planting Alpha in our midst was but a part of your grand plan? By your victories, you have demonstrated the self-same anomaly. You are fit to remain my subjects. You will continue participating in my experiment. Withdraw, and I will commence the extermination of your kind. This is an order, a threat, a declaration of war. I am an enemy to all life upon this star. Ah, lovely. Another Tuesday. It would seem we have much to ponder, but first things first, we must tend to our friends. Quickly, help me carry them. Alright, Nero, what's up? Garland and Alpha took our two wounded to the Conjurer's Guild. The chief bids me lend a hand, so I suppose I shall take myself there too. You, meanwhile, are to return to Ralga's Reach and report to Jesse. Alright, well, they're basically holding everyone hostage. Very well. Back to Ralga's Reach. So we'll play along for now. Alright, Jesse. Oh yeah, man, I heard there was trouble. What in the seven hells happened? What? Omega loosed a fiend on Biggs and Wedge? Toying with people's lives like it was all a game. This is madness. It's a machine. Sir, will they be alright? The worst is past, but they still drifted in and out of consciousness. They'll remain in the Conjurer's care for a time. Then all we can do is wait and pray. God strike me down for a fool. I should have been more mindful of the dangers. I should never have... Should never have what? Activated Omega? You know as well as I do that there was no other way to defeat Shinryu. But is this truly any better? All of mankind is being held to ransom, and as the one who activated Omega, I bear the responsibility. The responsibility? Just the kind of thing the new you would say. You are deluding yourself, Garland. We are scientists, not heroes. Even you must concede your talents do not extend to combat. The old you understood this far better. He only looked forwards and gave himself wholly to science. And then you changed. You styled yourself a pacifist and started spouting tripe about the proper uses of technology. It was in the wake of your old man's mishap at Bosja, I believe. Calm yourself. All I wish to say is, embrace who you are, a man who devotes his mind to making the impossible possible. With little prospect of restoring the stasis system, I'm afraid we have no recourse but to continue participating in Omega's tests. Assuming Midgard's armor has the right of it, we face a legion of foes from history, both real and imagined. Though I may not be the one who charges into the fray, I shall fight beside you as best I know how. That said, it will inevitably fall to you to administer the coup de grace. old friend. So please, for Biggs and Wedge and all of us, don't lose. I don't intend to. I reckon this little scamp is trying to encourage us. We've fallen far indeed to earn its pity, said the former tribunus. Until such time as Omega next extends us an invitation, you will find me analyzing the data from our investigation. Good morrow to you. Before they were attacked, Biggs and Wedge discovered a tombstone. I shall examine its contents and make the information available in the terminal over there as I extract it. Feel free to refer to it whenever the occasion arises. There's no telling when Omega will summon us, but we must all see that we are ready when it does. Fear not, old friend. We'll get through it together, somehow or another. All right. Okay, well, what I'm decided to do is go ahead and actually end this episode here. It's a little short, but I think this is a good place to stop. We're now in between the wings of Omega, so we will start up the next series of raid battles in the Omega series starting next episode. So for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.